Good morning. My name is Susan Reardon. I'm the Staff Hearing Officer, and I call the meeting of Wednesday, March 14th to order. Today we have 3 items on the agenda, and they all are on consent, so this should be a pretty short hearing. Under announcements and appeals, I don't have any announcements, but I would like to note that the appeal that was filed for 118 North Milpas, which was a staff hearing officer decision to not revoke a storefront collective dispensary permit. It was appealed by a neighbor, and that has been scheduled for Planning Commission consideration on April 5th. So that's coming up in several weeks. Is there anybody in the audience who would like to address the staff hearing officer on items not on today's agenda? No, see no one. We'll go to the first item on the consent calendar, which is 107 Cooper Road. It's an application for a coastal development permit for an accessory dwelling unit in the non-appealable jurisdiction in the coastal zone. And this project requires a CDP because it's a detached accessory dwelling unit. It's proposed within an existing garage that's going to be converted. State law prohibits public hearing on these applications. However, they still require a coastal development permit. And this project was previously on the agenda 2 meetings ago, and at that time it was noticed for a coastal development permit and an interior setback modification. Since then, it's been revised so that the interior setback modification is no longer necessary. Therefore, the application is just for the coastal development permit. And I've reviewed the submitted staff report, and there's no public comment attached to my report. And I see the planner here. Was there any submitted? Has there been any submitted? Okay, so there's been no public written documentation. So like I said, I've reviewed the staff report, performed a site visit, and agree with the conclusions of the staff recommendation, and that the proposal is consistent with our adopted local coastal program. It's also consistent with our zoning ordinance, as well as the policies within the California Coastal Act. And in regards to the finding 2, which is on page 5, regarding the consistency with the applicable policies in the coastal land use plan, I agree with that finding 2, but I would like to also include the statement that the project would continue to provide 1 parking space on site. This involves the conversion of the existing garage to an ADU, and the applicant is proposing to replace that in the driveway, which is allowed. So I just want to recognize that as being one of the reasons why it's consistent with our coastal plan. So with that minor change to the finding and the conditions of approval that are contained in the staff report, I approve your coastal development permit. And state law also provides that this action is final, that there's no appeal of my decision. So that's the first item. Then the second item and the third item are 2 one-year time extensions. The first one is for a property at 803 North Milpas Street, and it's a request for a 1-year time extension for a tentative map that was approved regarding mixed-use development containing 5 mixed-use residential condominium commercial condominiums, 1 live-work unit, and 2 residential units, along with 1 commercial condominium. And the second one is at 817 North Milpas. And again, it's a 1-year time extension for a map that was approved by the Planning Commission back in 2007. And it is a project that consists of a 2- and 3-story mixed-use project consisting of 5 new residential condominium units, 1 new commercial space, and 13 parking spaces. And I've reviewed both the staff reports and staff's analysis on the fact that the both of these projects continue to be in conformance with our zoning ordinance, even with the new ENZO ordinance. And the application, both of these time extensions, was filed prior to the expiration of the tentative map. And this additional 1-year time extension would allow the applicant to complete the required steps to be able to get their building permit. And as stated in the staff report, these projects continue to conform to the city's zoning ordinance and building ordinance, as well as our policies. And therefore, I could approve the requested time extensions. For 803 North Milpas, the new expiration date would be March 23rd, 2019. And for the 817 North Milpas Street, the new expiration date would be March 15th, 2019. And actually, I think I said 2018 on the application before, right? So both of them are whole years, so 2019. This time extension is not appealable, and the approval of time extensions would include the original conditions of approval that's still germane to the project. So, like I said, this action is not appealable, and then that's all that's on the agenda. So I adjourn the meeting. Thanks.
Fastest hearing ever.
I think so.
Thank you.